My name is Jonathan Swan. I'm a lifelong music lover, gamer, drummer, and video game composer from Kenai, Alaska. Let me tell you about how I became who I am today. I'm not the only music lover in the family. In fact, everyone in my family has a deep connection with music in one way or another. Growing up in this environment allowed for exposure to every corner of the music world. My first concert was at age 9. Psychedelic rock band Iron Butterfly played in the auditorium of what ended up being my high school in Kenai. When they played the infamously long In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, I witnessed my first drum solo, all 6 glorious minutes of it. I was hooked. I knew that was what I wanted to do. At age 12, I started middle school concert band playing percussion, of course. This is where I discovered the depth and power that classical music has to offer. Freshman year rolled around and so did the wide world of high school sports. It seemed like the thing to do, so I did it. I quit band to be a mediocre athlete at best. At this point, I was convinced that there was no practical future in music anyway. It was just a hobby. Speaking of hobbies, the only constant in my life other than music has always been video games. I've been a console gamer my entire life. A great deal of my time has been spent in virtual worlds accomplishing way more than I could hope to in real life. After hundreds of hours playing titles like The Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy, I fell in love with the music that played such a big role in the games. At 21, I became the drummer for my first real band. It felt so good to be a part of something creative. We practiced 3 nights a week for 2 years before our bass player left. I left shortly after and moved to Anchorage, the big city in Alaska. I moved to a bad apartment in a bad part of town, and my drums were more furniture than instrument. I hadn't met any musicians that I really connected with, and I couldn't practice in apartments. I was getting discouraged, so I began playing guitar just to be musically active. Finally, at 24, I met a few musicians and we formed a band. I was back, and it felt great. We played together long enough to write one song and record it live in the living room using electronic drums and an iPhone 3G. This marked the beginning of a dark age of no creativity that lasted for 3 years. I thought the music was over and I was doomed to work in kitchens forever. I was feeling pretty defeated. I was living a life where most of my achievements were only good for my gamer score. Day after day of the same awful routine for so many years had made me a miserable person. It was time to make a change. I bought an iMac for the sole purpose of writing music again. My sister, a wholesale student at the time, asked me if I was interested in making some music for her. We both knew that she could use some free background music available online, but only she knew that it would convince me to enroll at Full Sail. A month after she turned in her presentation, I was beginning my quest for a degree in music production. Full Sail not only taught me the language of music and genre versatility, but also gave me the skills to compose, record, arrange, and produce music that will help tell stories and connect with gamers around the world. Now armed with the proper tools, I'm ready for action. I'm ready to be a part of something bigger than myself that will live on long after I'm gone. Let's change the world together. Hire me because I have the knowledge and skills needed to excel in the industry. Hire me because I can play many roles saving you time and money. Hire me because I was born for this.